Hi gardeners, I am here today to do a follow-up on the basil. So a couple weeks ago you saw me take all the big clump of basil that was in one pot and spread them out. I wanted to let them get established a little bit before I did any kind of pruning to them. And so these kind of don't look like too much right now. We are just here in early June. But in transplanting them, in giving them space to grow, I'm actually going to transplant this one someplace else, so I wanted to show you how robust. Remember we pulled all those roots apart? So look at it now. All of these new roots on this plant. So when you break off those roots and are pulling them apart, you don't have to worry about it because they are going to grow more. So that is just amazing, I think. And so then next what I'm going to show you is where to cut the basil back. Oh, but first I want to show, I wonder if you can see in this light, down here on the bottom, it's starting to get a little brown. And that's starting to get that woody aspect to basil. And once it does that, like when they're all combined in a pot together, once it does that, it's kind of too late to separate them out. Once it starts getting that woody bit on there, if it's just like little patches, it's fine. There's still hope for them. If the whole bottom part is woody, you might as well just harvest the tops and use those and compost the rest of the plant because it's not going to do very much from there on. But if it's mostly green along that bottom part and just little patches of woody, you are going to want to cut your basil back to increase its bushiness. So because this part is kind of having a hard time down there, I'm going to do this first harvest to these leaves. So you can see how there's these little small leaves here, and they have little small leaves inside of them. I'm going to cut back just above there. All right, we've got this whole row of basil here. I'm gonna cut them all back pretty hard. It's a pretty hot day today. I watered them really well. They have been in the ground for at least 3 weeks now, maybe 4 weeks, letting them get established a little bit. And I'm gonna cut them back to increase their bushiness. So I'll start with this one that you can see. I see that it has this set down here of these really lush green leaves, and I don't see any woodiness below. So I'm actually gonna cut that one all the way down here. So now it's this tiny little basil nub, taking that home. This one, it's a little bit woody down there. They still look pretty lush and green, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut back. I'm gonna leave about a 1/4 inch for dieback. So from where you make the cut, the top part it'll heal itself off and die back a little bit and seal the plant, and then put the energy into these little side bits right there. It seems extreme. I promise you this is what the basil wants. Again, these low down ones look pretty good, not too woody. I also like to cut at a little bit of an angle. About a 45-degree angle is good. You don't want to cut straight across because then water or whatever can sit there. You want it to be able to slough off the sides. So if I use this basil here as an example, and there are the lower branches down here. You can see where my scissors are pointing. And then there's this set is really nice and bushy. Let's do this. We're gonna do we'll do a little bit of an experiment. Ooh, oh gosh. You want your scissors to be nice and sharp? There it goes. A nice bunch of lemon basil here. So remember, pull them apart, separate out the plants, cut them back hard. That's what this is called, cutting back hard. Looking for those nice healthy leaves underneath. Making sure the stem is not too woody so that it can support the flow of nutrients in there. And we'll be able to come back again probably, I think I'll see you sometime in July with an update on how the basil is looking.